What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Blades with Bill. Today we're going to do a full review of the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. This is the KnifeCenter exclusive in CRUWEAR. Okay, now this version you do have smooth G10 handle scales. It does look like the regular versions of this have the normal Spyderco G10 handle scales that do have some texture to them. Kind of like PM2 here, where it's, you can hear that versus that. But you have a 4-position pocket clip. Now this is not the standard pocket clip. It's one of my only issues with Spyderco knives, but we'll get into that. So you can carry this left or right, tip up or tip down, however you care or want to carry it, you can. You do get the Spidey hole and Spyderco's compression lock, which, if you haven't picked up something from Spyderco with a compression lock, it's one of my favorite locks. It really is. It's just so easy to close the knife and keep your fingers out of the way. This is a USA made Spyderco, made in Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. I think it's funny that they put that on there. And again, this is the KnifeCenter exclusive in CRUWEAR, which is actually the reason I picked this knife up. But again, we'll get into that kind of stuff. So we have a 3.2-inch blade that is a Wharncliffe. The handles are coming in about 4 inches, so you have plenty of handle. Now this is a rather thick knife, or thick blade. We have a little over 1/10 of an inch at its thickest, but it is a hollow ground blade. So behind the edge you have 17 thousandths. So, and then the handle thickness is just shy of 1/2 inch. So it is a very slicey blade. Let's do a size comparison, and then I'll give you all my thoughts on it. We have the Hogue Deca and the Benchmade Bug Out. So I'd have to say the Deca's probably got the most blade out of the three of them, but only barely. They're all pretty close. Handles are fairly close. The Deca's got the shortest handle, but should give you an idea. The Civivi Elementum, and then the CGRB Pyrite, which the Yojimbo just dwarfs the poor Elementum there in every single way. The Pyrite handles are about the same length. There's way more height here, obviously, but then the blades are almost there. You know, there's a little bit of difference there, just the tip there. Just the tip. And then, of course, the last two that we're going to do real quick. Got to throw a couple Spydercos up against the Spyderco. So the Tenacious and my PM2. So the PM2, you definitely get way more handle. You get more blade. The Tenacious and the Yojimbo have about the same length and handle. and where there's the most height in the handle for like where your hand is actually going to be on in the handle, they're about the same. There's a little bit of difference there, but not much. And the PM2 is about the same. So let me give you all my thoughts on the Yojimbo 2. Alright, so give you all my thoughts on the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. In CRUWEAR, like I said, this is the KnifeCenter exclusive in CRUWEAR. First we'll go over my thoughts on the actual knife itself, and then why I bought this knife, which is for the CRUWEAR itself. I have said I've never had CRUWEAR before, and I know Spyderco does a great job with their steels, or makes sure that they get what they're supposed to get for steel. So I trust Spyderco, so I figured for the price, why not? As far as the knife goes, this is one of the Spydercos that I never thought I'd actually buy, because it just looks kind of weird. Shape of it, never really thought it'd be all that comfortable in pocket, but surprisingly, it actually is. And as far as the ergos of the knife, like in hand, whether you're holding it here, if you want to reach all the way out front to grab the tip, to do delicate, it just feels good in hand. It really does. It actually surprised the crap out of me how good this knife feels in hand and cutting with it. Never once had a problem. I used it for about a week cutting through just normal single wall cardboard, and I didn't even need to strap it. I strapped it going into do this video, and because I really didn't need to, I decided I was going to grab some double wall cardboard and cut through it, and I was amazed. This knife just kept going. Kept going. I had no problems cutting through, I don't know how many feet total. I know it was well over 200 feet. And even then, after I did that, I still have not sharpened this knife. All I did to it after that was strap it again. And as you can see, it has definitely been used, but it's not perfect by any stretch. It definitely could use a resharpen. But even then, to go and cut through as much cardboard as I did with this and not have to actually at least start at like a 600 stone and go up and try and give it the edge it had originally, no need to. It'll still cut. It's not the greatest, but it works. Definitely works. So as far as CRUWEAR goes, if you're wanting to try CRUWEAR, buy something that, you know, is from a company that you trust. Like I said, I know I trust Spyderco, and I know most of the knife community trusts Spyderco when it comes to their steels. It's pretty much not unanimous, but most people would agree that Spyderco does a great job with their steel. Whether you're talking about their 8CR lines from the bird stuff, or their own Spyderco in the 8CR, or anything else that they do. Usually they do a really good job with their steels, or make sure that whoever they're getting it from has done a very good job with it, and it's done right. So If you need a knife that can take a good amount of abuse, now CRUWEAR sadly is not corrosion resistant. So if you're going to go work on a freaking fishing boat, I wouldn't recommend this steel. But for most people that are going to use a knife hard, CRUWEAR, great steel. Whether you like this knife itself or not, I would totally recommend. I know Spyderco has done almost every one of their major popular lines. Pretty sure they've done the PM2. I'm almost guarantee Shaman. This. There's been a few of them that they've done in CRUWEAR. If you can find something from Spyderco in CRUWEAR and you need I don't have to sharpen it all that much kind of blade, CRUWEAR is great. I really had no problem with this. I was amazed. And this right here was from I got a little overzealous when I was cutting and was amazed at how fast I was cutting through cardboard, even though I had cut through quite a bit of it already and ended up just nicking myself a little bit right there on the knuckle. As far as the rest of this goes, like I said, I have no idea when it comes to tactical knife. I have no training in how to use a tactical knife, so I have no idea how good it is for that. That's what it was designed for. But as far as a good work knife, it's a Wharncliffe. Wharncliffes are great for work knives. Pretty much whatever kind of cut you want to do with this, you can do. Yeah, you're going to be a little bit restricted with this particular knife because of the shape of the blade. You won't be able to get underneath certain things probably because of it, but for most people, this knife would be perfectly fine for an everyday knife. And like I said, I was amazed. I never thought I'd actually enjoy carrying this knife or using this knife, but it really does feel good in the hand. I had no problem with it as far as in the pocket. And the only thing that I ever have an issue with when it comes to Spyderco, why in the world have you guys not started doing deep carry pocket clips that aren't the wire clips? It's the first thing I go and do every time. Now this one I had this lynch clip because I try and keep at least one regular lynch clip, one regular Spyderco lynch clip sitting around just in case I pick up a new Spyderco and need to replace that clip because it's not deep carry. It's the only issue I have with them. They haven't figured that one out. Now, if you've never tried any of their stuff, the lightweights that come with a wire clip, because you think that there's no way the wire clip is fine. I've never had an issue. I have a few of theirs that have a wire clip. I have a few different knives that have wire clips. I don't have an issue with them. They go in the pocket great. They come out of the pocket great. They have retention like they're supposed to. So, I mean, I have no issue with them. I know some people are worried that if they catch it on something, it's going to bend it. You can bend this. It's titanium. Got news for you. It'll bend. But, again, as far as the Yojimbo goes, I would recommend this knife. I have no issue with Spyderco. This normally would come in S30V for the standard versions of this knife. I have no issue with Spyderco's S30V, but I wanted to try this because it was CRUWEAR. So, again, I would recommend Spyderco's CRUWEAR. I would recommend the Yojimbo 2, but I would pretty much recommend anything from Spyderco If you're looking for a good knife, you're getting what you're paying for, buy your Spyderco. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notified anytime I release a new video. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Blades with Bill. I'm on Facebook as Blades with Bill. And I have my own Facebook page, which is Blades with Bill. So feel free to follow me on all my socials. Leave a comment. Let me know how I did. Have a great day. Stay safe. Peace.